There's something glowy over here. We saw this on the way in, didn't we? Oh, it's a triangle puzzle. Well, it was for a minute. Over here, I want to look at this thing over here, whatever this is. We've got a thing. It is a monitor. It's one of those like old TV CRT monitors with terrible text adventures on them. And we have another puzzle. Vertical locomotion. Do the vertical locomotion. Okay. Yeah. Hmm. Oh. That was weird. I thought I'd put it down. Whee! Okay, up we go. Right, we've got this. We've got teleporter. Okay, this is... We've done this sort of thing before. That opens that. Oh, the emitter's over there, look. That's what I was looking for. So... Right. The obvious thing to do would be to do... this. Yeah. And then... well, if we turn something off, we're going to have a problem. We need to go and get that. Or do I get the feeling... Did you not come back down again? Oh, you didn't come back down again because of that. Ah. That is not what I expected. I thought maybe we might want to drive something like... We can't even reset this, by the way. We'll have to do a reset like this. Like, maybe we want to send this thing past. How about this? I want to test something about how this moves. Because interested in a line that goes this way, yeah. It goes all the way past. And then back again. Does it go back as... It won't. It will stop before this, won't it? Obviously. Before the switch. What if we go and get the teleporter? What if the teleporter is down here? And... it's going to drive itself? No, it can't do that. No, it can't drive itself like that. I'm being very thick here as well, because I'm being a real... No, I didn't want to do that. I didn't actually want to do that. I didn't actually want this thing up here. I mean, I can go back that way. We can't push this thing, can we? What am I even trying to do here? Hold on a second. Oh, there is a continuing line, look. Ah, I didn't realise that, look. I was about to say, what do I actually need this thing up here for? But of course we need it to travel all the way into here. So we can stand on it. But it didn't keep moving forward because we need the right, let's just put it down, shall we? Come on, we can get up here. I know we can. We don't have this thing on top of us all the time. We have managed to jump up here. Don't be like this. Come on. I know I've done it slightly wrong in doing it like this, but... There we go. Right. Oh, it's because it wants to go backwards. It was already coming in this direction. It needs to be going in this direction, doesn't it? It's retaining that forward motion. So in that case, we need to... need to do what we did before. Get this. Again, a very simple puzzle that I'm making a lot difficult for myself. Got it. There we go. Finally. Bloody hell. Right, okay. I probably found I've still done something wrong here. But again, you're not moving forward again. Have I pushed it around too much? Is that the problem? Oh no, I need to No, I need to close the thing, don't I? Oh, of course I need to close the barrier again. But how do I do that? And then get back up here? I guess I can just do that? But have I now missed it? Don't fall down the hole. Okay. Oh, you annoying bugger. What a mess. Oh, I need two things, look. Oh, crap. Although if I do this, I might be able to... Hold on. Yeah, we can... Okay, we can teleport back up there again. Right. We need... Ah, crap. Come on, back you come. Okay, in a second we'll do it. Crap, we need you back on here is what we need. Oh, now that was fun. You made up for it. You made up for all the earlier puzzles where I said these are all too easy. These ones we've had the weird hard one, and the very easy ones. Then you did that. That I enjoyed, and that was a case of the escalation in difficulty. Oh, is it a mimic? Am I going to get eaten? What is this? Why is there a treasure chest here? Is that a reference to something? Why can't I open it? Can I push it back in the water? I don't know what that's about. Okay. Yeah, that was an escalation of difficulty, wasn't it? It was like using previous elements you've learned and then making something entirely new. That I enjoyed. Right, we've got a couple of question marks still on the thing over here. We haven't solved the... haven't found the pillar puzzle yet. Have we? You right down there? I thought I saw 2 question marks. Just the one, maybe. Maybe this is the pillar puzzle over here. Sploosh! Oh, the lab! The lab. Forgot all about the lab. Ooh, very green down here. Why is it so green, guys? What's happening? Usual generator stuff. In we go. We've got a big glittery thing. What's this? Map of a facility, maybe? Is that a map of one of the puzzles? Different important locations picked out. Have a look up here, and we'll look around the other one. As we've got 2 doors coming out. Ooh! Chernyshevsky! Okay. From Arkady Chernyshevsky in our likeness, essays on humankind reaching adulthood. Sorry, distracted. My youngest just came home from a masquerade at university, which is rather wonderful. He made his own mask. He's a very talented boy. Anyway, essays on humankind reaching adulthood. Someday we might do. War is the crudest, most obscene human activity. It may be justly called an abomination, for it is the absolute negation of conscious human will. There is only a single course of war, for all the endless deceptions that are foisted upon us, and that is the acquisition of resources. That is about right. One of the podcasts I listened to, an extremely good one, Lions Led by Donkeys. There's two podcasts about that, but the one that's about history and war is the one I'm thinking of, rather than the political one. So Lions Led by Donkeys. inbred people beefing over turf. That is how they describe all war, which is generally what it is. It is kings and rulers, inbred generally in history, you know, all breeding with each other, especially the European monarchs, fighting over who owns bits of land and therefore the resources in them. That is generally speaking every single war, which is a less elegant but funnier version of what Arkady is saying here. Varied ideologies are constructed to justify this crude behaviour, this childish degeneration of thought and communication, but history reveals the ruthless, unflattering truth. We imagine crusaders as fanatics of a cause, willing to die for their religion, yet the Fourth Crusade culminated not in the conquest of Jerusalem, but in the looting of Constantinople, setting the stage for the triumph of the very enemy the crusaders claimed to oppose. Why? The answer, as with every war, is the same. Is it popular amongst the ghouls of the establishment and their misanthropic friends in the intelligentsia to ascribe the persistence of war to human nature? But a careful observation of the facts reveals that the opposite to be true. Individual human beings must be broken in order to submit to war, their minds distorted by ideology and their bodies by poverty and ruthless training to make them compliant. Without force, the majority of human beings only seek to protect themselves and are traumatised by the act of killing, which of course we know to be true, especially in the documentary. Destruction of the lots of destruction of the background, as in the documentary Full Metal Jacket. You have to break people down to make them into soldiers. But if it is resources that are the core cause of war, then it is only in the production and distribution of resources that an answer may be found. It is not enough to morally condemn war. We must work to prevent the material issues that endanger us all. Sounds a bit like socialism to me. From Guta to Athena. Dear founder, I'm afraid we're losing our humanity. We're angry at each other. We're disagreeing about everything. Unable to forgive each other from being different. I don't know how much longer. I don't know what could save us. Please help us, founder. Please. Human project. Resuming trials with new protocols. Advanced synthesis. Maybe we'll get an answer to what that is at the end. We have particles. It's a demonstration of like the sparks, isn't it, that we've seen travelling through paths. Every time we complete a puzzle, that's the little particles thing that moves through, isn't it? But to do what? Right, we've got a door down there. We'll go through this one first. We'll see what's downstairs in a minute. From Byron. Is this a new or an old message? I just wish I knew why you didn't tell me. Oh, Byron. To Alexander Drennan at IAN. Who do you think you are playing God like that when Mother Nature has finally found a way of getting rid of us? You come up with this harebrained scheme to keep our destruction of the planet going. Just for 1 second to think about... Just try for 1 second to think about something other than your own arrogance and hubris, Alexandra. Try to imagine what you're really doing here. Without your robotic perversions, the future looks beautiful. No more humans murdering everything in their path. The skies clear up, the stars become visible again, the rivers stop being filthy, and after a few decades they're full of fish again. Dolphins and whales roam the seas like their ancestors did. The cities turn to jungles. Bats nest in the skyscrapers where hedge fund managers used to ruin lives. The Earth lives on as it was meant to, peacefully and quietly, until someday in the distant future, when it all ends like it was meant to. Or we take your path, we continue our rampage, we place ourselves above the animals, we think we know better than Mother Nature, we violate all boundaries, we ruin all purity, perhaps we even defy death. So we can keep spreading our filth. Then we spread to other planets to do more of the same. And in the end, what have we left behind but plastic and radiation? Think, Alexandra, isn't it better for beauty to return to the Earth, for us to acknowledge that intelligence was a mistake and to gracefully exit while we can? Stop this. Go spend time with your friends and loved ones before the end. Let it go, let us all go, let there be peace. I don't understand how someone could hate humanity so much. This person must have been full of sadness and frustration to write something so ugly. I've tried to understand it as well, but I still don't. Well, I can tell you, that once upon a time, that's exactly what I would have thought about things like this. And what damage we cause, and is it all a waste of time? And very much sadness and frustration was certainly the cause of that. Yeah, the question is, of course, do you need someone to observe nature? Oh, I won't continue that thought. It's the very human-centric thought. You know, it's like the whole. Does the tree make a stupid thing about, you know, does the tree make a sound falling in the forest if there's no one there to hear it? Of course it bloody does. We're not that so much of a centre of the universe, but is it like, is the only way to appreciate the beauty and wonder of nature is to have someone there who's can think enough about it rather than just existing to appreciate it? That's too much of a human-centric thing. So I'm just rambling here, but I get both sides of it, and I get why some people hate humanity based upon how humans in general behave. Straton on Socrates, from the complete works of Straton of Strateria. Straton. So they said Straton, didn't they? I know he's made up, but it's like Straton of Strateria? Yeah. Against the Athenians and Socrates alike. In killing a philosopher for asking questions they did not like, the Athenians committed themselves to a tragedy with an ironic ending. Some will say that his true crime was his friendship with Alcibiades, the shameless deceiver of idiots and buffoons, and the insipid brute Critias, and he was executed as an enemy of democracy. That he was the latter can hardly be denied, for Socrates asked not too many questions, but too few, or he would not have survived the rule of the 30 tyrants. Yet in the end he got what he had asked for, a tyrannical decision made by would-be wise men against the spirit of freedom, which he obeyed like a knave, and the Athenians, in fulfilling his wishes, strangled the roots of democracy while seeking to pervert it. Yeah, no wonder Straton wasn't popular. People who speak the truth at all times rarely are. Anyway, let's go look at the thing downstairs. But a funny old episode for me, this one. I think we go down this way, don't we? More servers doing stuff. From Thecla, beloved founder, know that I do not believe any of the lies the expedition is spreading about you. Is right. This Prometheus illusion is just a test. We will resist the temptation as you once did. We will not disappoint. Yes, Thecla. Athena. The History of Athena was first published as Athena, a novel, and retained that title for its first 3 printings, now highly sought after. After a lull in popularity, it was reprinted as Athena Reborn, a novel. This edition retained the same text, but including some of the author's poetry. The next edition, however, published long after the author's death under the rather embarrassing title Athena's Truth, included severe cuts and drastic changes to the text, in the interest of updating it for modern audiences. This particularly affected the last chapter, Anthropogeny, which the editors accused of scientism and human supremacy. Science wonderkind Alexandra Drennan was one of the few to come to the novel's defence, writing in a long essay that the novel's clear-eyed belief in the value of Athena's journey towards humanity had been essential in shaping her own views, encouraging her to pursue science as a vocation rather than a career, and that changing the text constituted an attack on the author's unique artistic and philosophical vision. Alex, who hurt you? Lamal, one of the editors, commented on a popular social media platform. Nadia Sarabi of the Institute for Applied Nemetics also got involved in the discussion, backing Drennan, resulting in a long but unsuccessful campaign to oust Sarabi from her position as head researcher. In the current context of ecological catastrophe, as evidenced by the recent extinction of the orangutan, clumsy editing aside, do the critics of the novel perhaps have a point after all? Is a philosophy that places humans above nature and sees science and technology as the only valid tools the cause of all our troubles? What about other ways of knowing, other ways of living? There are other ways of knowing and living without science and technology. And they are very hard. They are hard and simple and brutal. So you are most welcome to go back to that if you want to, but I do not wish to. I wish to have antibiotics. I recently had surgery on my eyes to correct my eyesight. And I'm incredibly happy that that is a possibility that could be done for me. Yeah, I do not, for all my irritation about humanity and everything else, I don't want to back away from science and all the things that it gives me. It's how you apply it and the intent behind it. Right, I think I'm going to head this way because I'm wondering if maybe it could be over here the puzzle I'm looking for. Very grand colonnade of statues heading down into the place. Oops. Just not throw myself over there. Any switches over here? Let's look at this thing again. Nothing to do with these, is it? Don't think so. What's up here then? In the tower. In the womb. Up we go. Who we got to talk to? Sphinx? Who we got? Yep, it's Sphinxy.
This is the last time we will speak, creature of clay. Together, we have told the stories of ancient gods and heroes. But the golden ages of the past are distant. The gods have retreated to their high places, and there are no heroes amongst men. In days gone by, I was renowned for my riddles. But you, creature of clay, are a riddle without an answer.
A riddle without an answer. Just pure existence? No, pure existence alone is not enough. I have an answer, you can't see it. I will find my answer.
Let us hope that you will. Farewell, creature of clay. Remember my stories, and do not let the flame burn you.
Farewell, Sphinx. Activate the tower in the western delta.
I would hate to see what would happen if one of those beams was aimed at something else.
It's a very narrow thought for you have there. What happened to your lisp, by the way? How many lisp? You had a definite lisp before. It seems to have gone. We've got to find that last. We've got to find the answer to the last Sphinx puzzle. before we head out of here. At the moment, I don't know what it might be. If I'm just missing it? It's funny, very strange. I have to search every corner of the island, I guess, is the answer. I'm just surprised it's being so tricky to find. This is something right in front of me, and I'm not seeing it. But I haven't seen anything like that that could possibly be the answer. Aha! Found it. It's not marked by a question mark or anything else. Right, let's get a read on this about which way round it is. It's not that way round. I expect it's this way round. Now, what I remember before is that I always got which way wrong about which one is up and which one is down. I think these are holes. So a solid one's a hole. There you go. Right, let's go and find her again. Yeah, we're over here behind. Which one is this? We're behind number 6. That's where that puzzle was. That's where that thing was. There she is. Nice. And with that,
in times of war,
we're done.
Is it wisdom or folly to give a sword to a child?
A child should never be fighting in a war. Should be nothing to do with them. Okay. That was pretty bloody good, wasn't it, really? We've got everything here. I might have missed a couple of things, but I thought I searched that fairly thoroughly. The Western Delta. Yes, indeed. And next time, we'll head off to the Anthropic Hills. A rocky highland terrain, dramatically sculpted by the technology contained in the megastructure. Or do we prefer this one? The High Plain. I guess we'll do this one. Yeah, doesn't really matter, does it, as far as that goes? Anyway, a very strange. I found this to be a very strange area, as I've said. You know, the difficulty between the different levels of the puzzles. A very weird mismatch in complexity, at least to me. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you again next time.